Okay, so I'm using this filter just for fun and a little bit of privacy, and because I think I want to dye my hair red now as a result. But I want to do a little reading about Mercury retrograde and the eclipse and everything that's coming up, and your goals and things you're manifesting for this collective, for whoever's seeing it. So the themes, I pulled a couple of oracle cards. The theme is appropriately cup of tea, which says patience and reassessment. Perfect for Mercury retrograde. And then equally perfect to the bottom of the deck is earthworm, which is clarity and rumination. So Mercury retrograde is a time to review, revise, revisit. It's not the best time to sign contracts, make moves. If you're planning a move like me, this is not the time to sign new leases or actually purchase anything. This is a good time to plan, research, look up, price things out, make a spreadsheet, make plans. And then as soon as Mercury retrograde clears and goes direct, review those plans one more time and go over them with a fine-tooth comb. So I just also want to pull some more cards just to see what else is going on with your goals. I'm just going to do 3 piles. Okay. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I want to keep it like 5 minutes or less. Okay. Nice. So appropriately, I feel like there are different groups of people, like different collectives, and like each of them is going to experience Mercury retrograde in a different way. Okay, so these are the cards we've got. So what I'm getting is for this collective, you might not be sure right now if you are actually going to be able to bring all of your manifestations, all of your goals into fruition. But I'm seeing that you will. I think that right now you're coming out of a time of feeling trapped, feeling maybe even, I'm hearing like imprisoned. I also, for this collective, and I can relate to this, I'll confess I can relate to it personally, like coming out of a time of being like, what the fuck is going on around here? And like, why am I a target of ire and, derision and like, just, you've gone through a time of like a lot of difficulty, but I've heard this theme a lot with other readers who I'm friends with on here, mutuals who I respect. Like there is a theme of justice coming about for certain collectives, certain groups, with this eclipse and with Mercury retrograde. Like it may not all be visible to your eyes. Like you may not, funnily enough, that channel matches the card. You may not see it, like you may not be privy to a front row seat of watching how justice plays out. And there are those of us who, our guides and deities, but especially our guides, don't allow us to exact revenge or seek revenge or use our power for revenge. That's not what we're doing here. And we have to keep our hearts as pure as possible and soldier on and allow the powers that be to dish that out on our behalf. So if you're seeing this and any of that rings true, that goes for you too. That being said, I feel like you do have a renewed passion, and I want to say halfway through Mercury retrograde, I was sound like an idiot when I say that, but halfway through, you're going to get a renewed push of energy or some kind of encouragement or help. This is, the Ace of Wands is passion. It can be sexual energy. It's the spark of creativity, force. I see it as going from being nervous that you're going to come up against obstacles and being nervous that people who may be opposed or may have something to say or an influence over your life you may worry that they're going to kind of like get away with stopping you or getting in your way. But I feel like help is on the way, dude, is like what I'm hearing, like that line from Mrs. Doubtfire. I feel like help is on the way, and that help does come from like a divine push of energy. It comes from, I feel like I'm seeing a vision of like dominoes falling. You know, when people line up dominoes and then knock them down, it's like so satisfying to watch them all fall. Obstacles being cleared and the road being paved before you. Like the paved path, I'm seeing like a paved path emerging through grass, like, you know, pushing aside grass and seeing, oh, there's a road here, there's a path. And the message I'm getting, ooh, I just got goosebumps, is the path was always there. You were always on the right path. You were always on the right road. We don't always get to understand, like, we don't always understand why, especially if you're any kind of like a magical person, like everyone's psychic friend, or just someone who's kind of like unique, where it's sort of like you were born with gifts and abilities. It's not always evident like why you get born into a family where you're maybe targeted, or you seek out goals and jobs and like new adventures, and people just dogpile, you know, and turn against you. We don't always get to know why that happens. It's one of those, I always say, like, if you were to hear the reason, it would be one of those annoying reasons spirit gives that aren't very satisfying, like to our ego, but it has to do with the bigger picture, and you don't get to see, you don't get to know the outcome until later. But please be satisfied knowing that like you are being taken care of. And there's a sense of coming home. There's this, I just heard like returning to safety, returning to childhood safety. Now, this may be really relevant if you are moving. It could be that you do end up finding a community where you really feel safe and you feel like you belong. I also feel like, again, like the goal that you're working toward may not be like the be all end all goal. There may be like stops along the way to your kind of final destination, not like death, but like a happy, like your happy final like landing place where you really put down roots. But with the Six of Cups this time, the card is talking about like safety and feeling really secure and being surrounded by people who love you. And I'm getting like you're the little child receiving flowers here. It's like, let me pause while I think of how to word this. It's like after a time of trouble, you finally get that warm welcome, or you finally get a gift, a hug, friendship, you know, a warm place like to feel welcome. It's a relief. It's like, oh, you get to let go. Oh, I kind of heard like, you know, soft girl life. It's almost like that. Like you get a chance to not have to be strong and to kind of like soften into life. You're coming into a time of things like working out for you. And the bottom of the deck card is the Four of Wands. Ooh, followed by Strength, followed by Justice. Hi. And I'm going to end it on this note, the Page of Cups. You are manifesting a time where your strength, like, pays off. Justice is dealt out. You have accrued some positive karma and it's coming your way. And this victory, like your happy time, is going to be lasting. Four is stability. This is going to be a lasting happiness and a lasting rest. So get through these next few weeks, learn the lessons, continue, you know, shedding your skin and shedding like the old layers that you no longer need. Celebrate your weirdness. That just came through for all my weird girls, for my weird girls, gays, and theys. Weird girls unite, and our time is coming. You're going to get some victory. You're going to have the strength to keep going. Look for in like, I guess, a week and a half, but really like from 2 to 3 weeks, and definitely like right at the end of like Mercury retrograde, a boost, a sudden windfall coming that pushes you towards your new home that's going to feel great, and a happy time coming, and you deserve it.